Because you know what I think saved us from the Depression? All of you. And there are facts that back it up. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, non-farm productivity went up about 7%. What that basically means is you did more with less. Cost went down over 5%, which meant that even though we weren't getting paid what we should be getting paid, because this agenda has been sucking resources out of the private sector, we still persevered. Many people say the term "in spite of" is a negative term. I think it's a positive term. Martin Luther King succeeded in spite of the tyranny that he was facing. Ronald Reagan brought this nation to the type of limited government we needed in spite of the media and his own party. And in 2010, the American people saved this economy in spite of this disastrous draconian agenda. When I say draconian, it's not about name calling the other side. It's not just one side, and it's many people who consider themselves conservative. There's a lot of people who come out and say, you know, so-and-so's been in Washington too long. And then you look them up, and they're running again, and they were in Washington half as long, and did the same thing. And say, hey, Tea Party, why don't you endorse me? Because you suck. And the thing about it is, we owe you nothing. How dare you come to us and say, what have you done for us? You're lucky we don't end your campaign. We're giving you a chance to not fail. I say not fail because it is us who are leading. You follow us. And furthermore, I have to say that, you know, it was interesting that I saw in the news, they're like, well, some of the people who organized the Tea Party, we found that they did it for money. And I'm saying to myself, you found, so you couldn't find out anything about one of the presidential candidates until 2 weeks before the election, but all of a sudden you found out that everybody running the Tea Parties is some kind of conspiracy to get rich. That's funny how the media all of a sudden becomes so good at their job when it's convenient. You lost your credibility about 4 years ago. And my little buddy Chuck Todd, I don't know, he's on a station like 12 people watch, so you probably don't know who he is. He said, you guys destroyed, you bloggers, you conservative media, you destroyed my industry. No one wants to buy our papers anymore. No, Chuck, you did. And I say to him, hey, Chuck, what does Jim Hoff look like? I won't finish that up. Anyway, but the point of the matter is, the process has already begun. You've done so much. Don't let anyone tell you that you haven't done enough. The issue is, we now have a new mission. Our first mission was to stand against something that, you know, people say, why are they so hard on Obama? I don't understand. It must be cultural. He looks different from us. I said, well, I don't know. I mean, I think Richard Nixon looked different than anyone. No one brought that up. And I said to myself, well, let's do a little review in terms of why people might be mad. At one point, he said, I don't want to hear a lot of talking from you. Go get a mop. Not very professional. I'm up to 19 references to different talk show hosts saying, I'm mad because they're making fun of me. Not your job, brah. Then he came to St. Louis after the came to Arnold at the tax Tea Party and said, there are people waving tea bags. And I'm saying to myself, last I checked, you're the leader of the free world, and some people are going to disagree with you. If George Washington could deal with people disagreeing with him, you can. So my point is, stop asking people why they're angry, because as many of us have noticed, I don't see anything but smiles, love, and affection for one another. And to conclude, you hear so many bad things about us, but the fact of the matter is we're not victims. You know, and I hear people say, oh, black conservatives, it's so terrible what they say about you. I said, you know, honestly, there are people, men and women, who are fighting and dying for our freedom. I don't feel like I'm a victim of that. The least I can do is let a couple clowns make stupid remarks about me having Stockholm. And by the way, Janine, I checked the healthcare bill, and there's nothing in there for my Stockholm syndrome. That's why I voted against it. So, and she still hasn't come to any of our tea parties. We keep inviting her, and I guess she doesn't want to see herself be disproven. But anyway, the point of the matter is, I was watching our own Dana Lesh, and she was on with a PhD person, Chris Matthews. And I remember, I'll go back in time, right when the Tea Party started, this woman had said, "I'm going to use my mommy voice. They call us fascists, but they're the fascists." And I say to myself, okay, you got that swagger now, let's just wait. Flash forward to about a year later, she's on there, she's got her PhD, and Dana wipes the floor with them. So then I go, okay, let me review. There's another PhD that thought that the island of Guam would tip over if the military was there. So I think we need to review our doctorate programs in our schools. We must look at our victories, and we must look at our power, because in Texas they tried to change their history books to write Ronald Reagan out as somebody who instilled confidence, and they stopped them. In Missouri, we have a sovereignty bill, and we have a Healthcare Freedom Act, and with great work from Jane Cunningham, great work from Brian Nieves, Tim Jones, and now we are in the hunt to protect our people as a state from this draconian healthcare measure. So we have power to administer before November. November should be a done deal, because see, the thing is, I'm not here to defeat liberals. I don't hate liberals. I don't hate Democrats. Okay? I think that their policies stink, but I don't hate the people. I believe the things that turn out to be wrong, they are still our brothers and sisters. They are still Americans. I want to do this to bring us together so we can beat our real enemies, Ahmadinejad, the Holocaust denier, Kim Jong-il, the communist, Hugo Chavez, the golf course hating socialist. I mean, what kind of man hates golf? I don't play, but, and Bashir in Sudan, who created a modern-day version called the Janjaweed. They're a modern-day version of the SS, exterminating, yes, black people. My point is, we're telling this lie that America is evil. Well, do your history. At what point did we colonize the whole world? Never. And during World War I, what they don't talk about is 350 million people who would have starved to death didn't because of this country. So stop telling me about evil in this country. Do your history. You can make a case for it. We had problems with race. We had problems with gender inequality. But it's not like any of the European countries have elected a black president. It's not like any of the European countries have the type of wealth that all the different ethnic groups in this country have accumulated. And the bottom line is this, just to conclude. They say, oh, this healthcare bill is great. Well, there are 3 companies in Massachusetts, not-for-profit, one of them being Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they said, we can't sell any more policies because now people, because of the mandatory health care that they put in place, are waiting until they get sick, and then they want to, and then they get health insurance, And the thing is, when they make everything, they said, we're going to make everyone buy health insurance, okay? But they're not providing more care. They're just taking your money. And the bottom line is, claims have gone up so high, they say we can't afford it, so no one else gets policies. So then, Patrick Duvall said, well, you have to still give people quotes. That's a vision of what will happen if we allow this to continue. Because you see, the economics makes no sense. If you increase cost of a product, then you reduce the capacity to provide the service. It's called marginal utility. Look it up, bro. They keep making fun of us and saying, those dumb conservatives, well, your economics aren't impressing me at all. So thank you so much for having me today. You guys have been wonderful. You've inspired me. And God bless you. And